Lads, it's that time of year again. It's summer. Unfortunately, it's not Greg this year. It's Nick. Oh, actually, this time of year, it's see, I'm not doing it next year. That's fucking fucked up already. Nick, everyone.
Thanks for that, Lee. Here we are again, wondering what's going to happen, gathered here like an excited gaggle of expectant school kids in Jimmy Savile's dressing room. Firstly, this evening we welcome to a couple of club legends. Alex Sutherland is Alex looks like what would have been produced if Fred West had fucked Susan Boyle. Alex is our former goalkeeper. He made the goal look big and he made the strikers look big. Dave Gamblin is with us. Whilst wearing the colours of SC Casablanca, Dave once famously, and with malice very much aforethought, shattered an opponent's cheekbone. He now spends his Sunday mornings as a rugby referee, supervising fellow psychos doing exactly the same. Now I can't go on without mentioning the turbulent time that we had pre-season when Mark Herbert again pulled out a fund in our socks. I know, yes. Shreddy, Rich T and Alex Western left us to set up their own club. Let's not judge. Or let's judge louder. The loss of Alex in particular was a blow.
No agenda there.
Putting us as it did in deficit on our quota of chippy, weirdo ginger pricks who look like something Steve McLaren's mum shat out in a fit of extreme self-loathing. No offence, Alan.
We wish you well.
Good luck, Alan, everything you do. And the dressing room has certainly been a quieter place without Rich T's electric banter. As for Shreddy, well, you know, we might miss him off the pitch, but no one man is bigger than the club. Not since Gordon Wright retired. But as Shreddy left, Lloyd arrived. Lloyd Soper, everybody! Lloyd arrived as the mate of Mark Bigley's, who looks most like David De Gea. Although when a frail and rather pathetic-looking Lloyd had to leave the pitch after 10 minutes of his first game because he felt, and I quote, a bit dizzy. We thought Nurse Bigley may have inadvertently bought one of his long-term patients. But much like his doppelganger, De Gea, Lloyd has quickly blossomed, helped of course by a visionary gaffer who quickly converted him from a dizzy fullback into the sort of ball-playing, unhurried and skillful centre-half that this club has frankly never seen before. In addition to the Three Amigos defection, we have also had to cope without some club stalwarts who have been languishing on the treatment table. A languish they have come to speak fluently.
We'll hire a comedian next year.
What's the play on the wing?
Midfield dynamo Pilks has been sidelined with one of his quirky long-term injuries. I forget what's actually wrong with him at the moment. He might tell us.
A weather-induced broken ankle.
What is wrong with you?
Weather-induced broken ankle.
A broken ankle, and your job
You never
is
told me you were broke.
Walking from park.
around the park.
Stress fracture.
Oh.
The shot once.
Can't be with us now. Petrol money's tight. Ex-Grimsby Town starlet Jono.
Is he stumped?
He's been struck down with an old complaint that the only thing he's got to his feet this season is gout. And media-shy movie mogul Mark Herbert has found that Made of Stone was a fair description of his Achilles this year. He's made of about 15 stone by now, by the looks of it. But he assured me that'll be off by September. Now our on-pitch records this season may not look too much, but especially since New Year, we've felt like a better team, I think.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Highlights. Ed Worsley. Ed Worsley.
Almost contemporary.
Ed Worsley played his annual game at Poynton and he was the very definition of unhurried. And we should know we've been waiting for him to die for that. As is customary when we went to Poynton, we packed his gravestone in the back of the bus. In case he carked it mid-match, we had to bury him around the moors on the way back.
Well, Teasy brought the flowers.
Another highlight was Pete Weller. Pete Weller! Pete Weller being in the right place at the right time for the first time in his fucking life and scoring versus Shreddy's lot. He was late this evening, by the way. He was in the Porter Cottage. He was 15 minutes late. Another highlight, I don't want to make it about me, but my icing on the cake volley in the 3-0 demolition of Shreddy's lot. I could tell it was special because 2 people actually congratulated me.
Your mum and your dad.
Yeah. One of them was Shreddy and the other one was on their lot. I declared us especially a good team after that fighting draw with De La Salle, and I stand by that bold statement. We're the ones to fear on the circuit next season. In the words of the late Alex Ferguson, there's no doubt about that. Anyway, without further ado, the first award of the evening, that of the Club Man of the Season. Now, the names of these, the people who previously had this award, reads like a wish list of Operation U-Tree. Shreddy, Mark Herbert, Lee Allett, all the grand old entertainers. It didn't seem wrong. And our skipper, Lee Allett. He was in the running again this year. Well, I say running. It was more like a sort of waddling what? A waddling stagger. In brackets, insert jokes about the marathon, but I didn't have time.
4 hours 19 by the way, is what I did.
And the marathon. Lee had some moving tributes from you this season. Lee, for his no-nonsense approach and limitless variety of excuses for not coming to Poynton, lads' trips, and anything that he hasn't pre-booked with his travel agents 3 months in advance. And again, Lee Allett, the man who has given so much with so little ability. Lee, for obvious reasons, he is the tailor to Nick's Clough, the Kenyan to Nick's Abramovich. For introducing the club raffle card, although it may have nearly bankrupted the club, with a payout to opposition players. And careful here, your dinner doesn't come back up. Lee does a lot for our club. Oh. That was nearly. Go on.
Shame.
There were mentions for Mark Bigley for unshakable affability, often under difficult circumstances. And this tribute, I'm fucking loath to read it out. Who is the superhero? Sarge? No! Rosebery, the telephone operator? No way, man! Mark, the mild-mannered janitor? Could be. All together now. Hong Kong Bigley! No one Hong Kong so forth. Hong Kong Bricklow is quicker than human eye. I like this bit. Hong Chicky Bomb Chicky Dong. Starts getting a bit racist, I think. Dong, bow wow wow. Yours, cheesy. There was even some zany postmodern twat, Rich Pop, who voted for Shreddy. I might as well read this out. Not only did it provide us with a new opposition willing to let us beat them, but the whole Shreddygate affair made us reflect, made us see what we are, made us, I'm doing more justice to this than it deserves, made us question what the core FC Casablanca values are, to find the very essence of what it is to pull on those black and white stripes. He was like our Holy Ghost, hovering, reassuring us, letting us remember why we're here. For many are called, this is in quotes, he's done the quotes himself. For many are called, but few are chosen, and we are those chosen few. Like the Daily Express after Princess Diana's death, we found our reason. Shreddy is our Diana.
Beautiful.
That's genius.
I know, well, he used to finish like her. And a mention for teasing here. For being, and I quote, stubbornly ever present. like a chronic skin condition. But there's a new name on the trophy this year. And here are some of your warm words in support of this. I don't know why I'm looking at. For being a roving sowing frogget, fuck off Jono, on frosty mornings, apologising to the oppo before anything has happened. And his occasional off-field antics that resemble a latter-day confused Keith Moon. For nearly killing himself by colliding with the opposition keeper in the pursuit of glory. That was this season, wasn't it? Ash brings the match ball. Someone, Ian Gardner, even dates the nomination. 2nd of December 2012, the day Ashley Torres received this nomination. I can picture him now, bravely battling his way through the dark Arctic tundra to perform a PICS inspection on a dog turd strewn whirlo. Do you mean whirlo or HSBC? Sorry for that. His breath freezes as the cold air hits his lungs. Sideways sleet stings his face as he bends down fruitlessly trying to force a rusty key into the desolate frozen landscape. A look of despair haunts his eyes as images of his courageous comrades come to mind, coupled with the realisation that the extreme elements have deprived his fellow combatants once again of our quest. As a solitary tear slowly meanders down his cheek, quickly forming into an icicle, he drops to his knees, alone in the early morning mist and streets of the heavens. Lord God, why us? Why us?
Siege of Leningrad now.
Good for knowing. Either that or he just cut the game off because he was balls deep in some barmaid. Ever reliable, ever dependable. Ever reliable, ever dependable through his ever increasing alcohol turn into John Cooper Clark now. Ever increasing Jesus! He was a Jew, so why the Spanish name? Ever reliable, ever dependable through his ever increasing alcohol and narcotic dependency. The stuff of FCC legend, and finally, simply, Ash. Just for being Ash. Yes, he flies through the air with the greatest of ease. Listen to this, good this. Also with some very dodgy coat. The FC Casablanca Clubman of the Season, and recipient of by far the best and most appropriate trophy ever dished out for this award. And he can't be with us tonight. He's a pussy with fuckwit. But that's for Ash Torres. $12.95.
I've got a message from Ash, actually, before we go on.
Oh.
I'm ashamed.
I'm
ashamed.
I'm really sorry about this, guys. Got caught up in quite a big argument at home, so can't get to the meal tonight. I'm going to pay £30 for last minute cancellation to cover meal, etc. Can you cover it until I transfer some cash to you guys or to the club? I don't think we need telling that they haven't charged us.
Yeah, I know. We know
I feel ashamed.
I feel like chicken tonight.
I feel ashamed about his lack of grammar and about this whole coming, not coming situation. So
That's not coming. There's no coming.
This is the guy. Well, no, because he told us he was coming. Not an hour
Can you
earlier.
just reply as if...
Not an hour earlier.
We'll sing to it.
So it's not 30, it's 40.
Yeah, it's not 30, it's 40. So on behalf of Ash, I accept this.
His life's a
Yeah, one
mess.
again, Zoe.
His life's a self-imposed mess.
Now, the injury fucking shit you get.
I'm sure you won't mind me saying that.
Yeah.
Now, this season has been a funny old season for goals. There's not been many of them. The reg book suggests about 30. but there's been some good ones. There's been some good ones. And the goal scorers have been spread around about a dozen players, which is also a good sign. Anyone can score, quite literally. I mean, Pete Weller got one.
Back your head.
Well, indeed. Well, modesty forbids. My header, yeah. But this feel-good bullshit can't mask the fact that John O played about 10 minutes this season and is joint top goal scorer. With 3. As is Ian Gardner. With 3, whose forays up the field strike fear into the hearts of his teammates. This is a joint award. Yes, our top scorers this season were tied on 4 goals. Bearing in mind that I once came 3rd with 15. Accordingly, I've downgraded the award from a golden boot to a silver boot. And perhaps we should be grateful it hasn't got a caliper on it. And some money in the top. And perhaps in subconscious recognition of what an empty fucking bauble this is. I've noticed that I've put one of the names wrong. On the thing, yeah. Well, you made that. So the top scorer of the season with 4 goals apiece. To paraphrase Clive Tilsley, name not on the trophy. Sando. Espo's got Espo's name on it. Plenty of time for photos after. It says top scorers Nick and Espo. That'll be in the National Football Museum. Right, so the final award this evening, and arguably the most important award because it's voted for by his fellow people who stay in bed on a Sunday morning because they haven't got a bird, or the bird they've got they don't want to fuck anymore. Yeah. And blimey, this was nearly a disaster for you lot. Because for a long while your humble gaffer was way in front.
The humble narrator. With
nominations like this, rationale is mainly this nomination started off with, all right then, go on then you. Rationale is mainly around the fact that now your legs have gone, you've needed to develop different ways to contribute in a game. Full stop. Like novelty heading and invisible marking. But mainly, and this is what binds us together, because of the crisp volley at a crucial point in the game to defeat Shred's lot and to rub Western's mardy nose in it. I nutmegged him before the before the Pete Weller thing. Anyway,
Is that
enough about me.
Nomination?
When I say nominations like that, my other votes featured less flattering comments perhaps indicating that those nominations may not have been entirely serious. So all you need to know is that I finished on the same number of votes as new boy and erstwhile nurse with the vapours, Lloyd Soper. Nominations for Lloyd displayed eloquently just how much we all miss Shreddy. Cool, calm, collected. Replaced Shreddy is better than Shreddy. This annoys Shreddy, so it makes me happy. Yeah, it was. I'll go for Lloyd as a late entry for Player of the Season for being the exact opposite of Shreddy. And, rather more boring, I think he did more than enough in half a season, including the best collapsing in a heap after 10 minutes of his first game. Ash got a couple of nominations. Work rate, very well set out this. Work rate, full stop. Pace, full stop. Positivity, full stop. Teamwork, full stop. Half decent crosses, full stop.
Half decent crosses.
This is FC Casablanca. Can't fucking go overboard.
Half decent crosses.
Ash is a virtual ever-present. I mean, that gets you halfway there. And consistently displayed these qualities last season. The qualities of being an ever-present. An underrated performer, an asset to the club, in my opinion. Don't know how David Plunkett got a vote, but there you go. This is, if Ash was here, can someone play the part of Ash who hates Ash?
Lee's already.
Now, Ash, who would you say has been your harshest critic? Apart from the voices in your head at 4 AM.
Chris Parker.
Yes! Chris Parker said this. Ash, for not being the wimpy, tackle-shy, prancing ninny of old. And actually getting stuck in occasionally, as well as whipping in some... This is Parker.
Half decent.
No! Stunning crosses! The blokes off his head on ecstasy. The blokes off his head on ecstasy.
Explaining the joke.
What do you do, mate?
I'm a comedian, what are you doing?
Votes also for former winners Ian Gardner and Sando. Personally, I think Sando's had a belting season.
Espo, you mean?
Belting season. But Sando's had a belting season in spite of having more partners than who, I couldn't think of it. I said Doctor Who. I didn't vote for him though. Not many people did. One person.
I'll say.
But must make me want to give up sometimes. Good nomination though. In a season, very earnest, in a season that had most of the drama pre-season rather than on the pitch. I nominate Sando for buckling down, as if you had something, as if you were a shirker. Buckling. Oh! He's heard the rest of the speech. He's chucking it in.
I'll leave it down here.
Right, okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, we're nearly there. In a season where letting his feet do the talking rather than his mouth.
Cheers, mate.
Anyway, last season's Player of the Season runner-up is also this season's Player of the Season runner-up.
Nice one, Barry.
Cheers, Barry.
Cheers, Barry. Thanks very much.
He's taking the piss. Thanks very much.
I wasn't.
Hey, in
600
good news, the bill's within £2 of what we thought it was. Last year's Player of the Season runner-up is also this season's Player of the Season runner-up, thereby displaying admirable consistency without ever actually winning, which could be translated into Latin and put under our club badge. It'd probably be something like, I don't know, Greci Ostatans Constantina Sina Semper Esquitcochlandstes. Anyway, the things you said about Biggers.
It's Latin for someone's always to blame.
Biggers was second runner-up in Player of the Season. Things you said about Biggers. He's not here, the cunt. Mark Bigley for his divert. This is Jono. No one knows what he's talking about. I think you need to think that Biggers looks like who's the Lib Dem twat with the glasses?
Danny Alexander.
Mark Bigley for his diversification into football from politics.
Tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Someone who wasn't here this year. Bit of a breakthrough year for the lad. That was last year. Most consistent I've seen him. That was last year. And
Also, is this all one person? Is that
yes,
John O'Rourke?
Espo.
Oh,
I
right.
made some fantastic stops. This is good. Don't recall him being lobbed this year, which is unusual.
I remember that well.
Usually by our own players, Espo.
So much of lovers.
But, and this is a decent trophy. I chose this myself. I actually spent part of my life looking out going, this is good.
Yeah. Remember that from Mark Herbert and Shane Meadows?
But we have a winner by one vote from Biggers. And here are a selection of your comments.
That's what you do.
Young, fresh-faced. This is Liam, by the way. Not
No,
young, fresh-faced, firm of thigh, with the energy burst of an invigorating premium range shower gel. Radox or similar. Seems strange actually having a player willing to put some effort in on a Sunday morning. An alien concept for SC Casablanca. Also seems to enjoy having a go at his fellow teammates too, presumably in an attempt to motivate us into doing better. Again, such an alien concept. Is he an alien? As trusty and reliably diligent as Gromit. And I'll do this in Jamie Redknapp's voice, I think. Casablanca's Carrick. He's everywhere you need him. And never too late to help out, whether it's in defence or being that outlet when the striker is holding up the ball. What do you think, Gary? Finally, box to box, skillful, eye for goal, tenacious in the tackle. Just some of the platitudes you'd never say about Johnny. However, he's got closer to those dizzy heights than the rest of us. Indeed he has. Gentlemen, your player of the season for the second year running, retaining the title if ever. But here tonight, Johnny Turner!
Speech!
Cheers,
Please,
guys.
everyone.
Fucking hell.
But you're great sounding for sure team now.
You're going to tell us now or later?
I'm obviously really chuffed. I think I'm looking around at loads of guys who've.
Alright, that's enough.
No, seriously, I was listening to some comments there. And I didn't hear stop goals, made goals, or scored goals, and. There's loads of us here that have done that all season. I don't feel like I've done any of them things, so fuck knows what I've done to deserve it. They're the things that count,
You're not being paying attention. No, there's anybody else, mate. This is the laugh.
No, but I fucking love winning that, so.
Far too fucking modest for us. But all that remains is for us to raise our glasses.
And there's a bottle here for everybody.
Yeah.
Help
Well,
yourself.
raise our glasses when we
Can we
raise
pay
it.
corkage on that?
Tressy Casablanca.
It's £10.
And that's it, Casablanca.
Hey.
See you
I
at
wish
Christmas.
I was there.
Cheers, everybody.
Well done.
Thank you.
Excellent pass. Good job, mate.
Just before